Is it a tough road to hoe or a tough road to hold? Is it an old farming metaphor or a military saying? Where did these sayings originate?
The original form of the phrase appears to be a hard road to hoe. Now, tough road to hoe is found at least as far back as 1890. She's got a tough road to hoe, Dilly Gage has. She used to try to keep folks from knowing how cantankerous he was, but she couldn't. While 1963 seems to be the earliest occurrence of tough road to hold, and it is noted as an error. Certain little errors may be the result of spelling, hearing, or carelessness, a tough road to hold. But we find hard road to hoe even earlier. It's found in Dickens' All the Year Round magazine in 1890, but the earliest use is no later than 1818. He loves to contend with difficulties, and if he had not a hard road to hoe, would place himself in some sphere demanding effort in order to extricate himself. Since it's used without explanation in the 1818 book, it must have been regarded as a well-known expression even by then. So the origin is as a farming metaphor, and seems to be chiefly American in usage.
The rod and hold variants are eggcorns deriving from the original tough/hard row to hoe, an agricultural expression relating to hoeing one's row with an actual tool while working in the field that goes back to at least 1818.
A tough row to hoe does in fact come from early American farming in days with limited machinery. In other words, they used to hoe in the field to pull weeds from rows of crops. It was hard work done by strong men in hot fields, especially across the South. In talking with my father, who actually did some hoeing when he was a kid, he thinks the saying comes from the so-called down row. There was some equipment used in the field on certain crops which caused the furthest row out to be damaged somewhat and knocked the crop down. When hoeing, you work hard to pull weeds and not damage the crop itself. So, when men hoe a field, there may be 15 or 20 workers, all of which take a row which is theirs to hoe. When the worker reaches the end of the row and has finished, they walk down to the next row that does not have a worker assigned to it. The men wanted to avoid this so-called down row as they went to their next row because it was, you guessed it, a tough row to hoe. Frankly, it bothers me to hear the unknowing say a tough road to hoe. No one hoes roads other than convicts. Men hoe cops.
I live in the South where much cotton is raised. Cotton was hoed to get rid of the weeds growing in the rows with the cotton. Believe me, hard row to hoe is the correct term. Through error, it has become something else.
Bevor es heute Abend bis ins Verhalten